What do you think about Kanye's White Lives Matter shirt, Jules? What do you think? Did you see it?
I saw a bit of clip on TikTok.
Because you're anti-whites. We've talked about it on the show. You know this, right? She hates whites, and we love that.
Yeah.
That we are pro your hate for whites.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you feel about this? Now, do you hate Kanye?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Mm.
I think I really liked what Charlemagne said about it.
It was what Charlemagne said was actually extremely it was extremely well said. It was like everything he said, I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point. That like everything he said beat by beat was really, really good.
Because I think that, he cycles in and out of his seasons, Kanye does, but there's, several times, like some seasons, he really does seek white validation.
100%. That's why he plays this game. That's Candace fucking Owens. You know who that is, right?
Yes, of course.
She's a Republican political pundit.
But what I find interesting is that, how he made a big fuss about Adidas and all of these brands allegedly sort of like stealing his work and profiting. But there is a small designer who apparently he stole all of like the creative stuff from, who's not getting a lot of the credit.
Didn't they sue him too, or went away? I mean, something happened where like he got into or they settled out of court or something like that for stealing some of the designs. Here's the biggest problem. Think about the little Asian kid that made that shirt. That's what I'm more concerned about, these White Lives Matter shirts. They're being made by little tiny Jules, little Rudies. Your little sister, your little mouth V sister. What's her name? Issa, right.
What's really sad is that Jules is just now getting into older Kanye albums.
Ugh.
It's so good.
Yes, it is.
So good.
It almost makes up for all this kind of this stuff. It's just like when you see White Lives Matter, I go, what are you doing? This guy's an idiot. Then you go back and listen to College Dropout, and you're like, you better believe it's worth all that stuff. College, or what album do you like the most?
I think College Dropout.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
There's a serial killer in Stockton.
Right now?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I didn't think that serial killers were a thing anymore.
Stockton serial killer. Everything we know and don't know so far. How many people has a guy killed?
6?
Wow.
Whoa, 6 is a lot. Who was killed? 35-year-old Paul Alexander Yao, 43-year-old Salvador William, at least he's being diverse in his murders. 21-year-old Jonathan Hernandez Rodriguez. Oh, there is a theme.
Yeah, there is.
Juan Cruz and Lorenzo Lopez, and God bless the dead. God rest the dead. Sorry about that. That's disgusting. So this guy, the 46-year-old black woman, is the only known survivor of the shooting. Oh, he's shooting people. That's not a serial killer. That's insane.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a very clever way to...
Yeah, a gun is a cop-out. By the way, do you see all the fucking heat that whatchamacallit's getting from the LGBTQ community? Dahmer.
Why?
They're pissed because it was in Netflix's subcategory as LGBTQ+.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and they got fucking livid about it.
Not crime?
And they were like, why are you sexualizing this guy? Homophobic hypocrisy and differing reactions to... Yeah. Netflix resurrects Dahmer, triggering criticism. By the way, have you guys seen it?
I haven't yet.
It's fucking awesome. It's... This kid, Evan Peters, give whatever he wants. Give him all of it. What, he was Manson? Right? He did Manson.
Wait, did he do Manson and...
American Horror Story.
Oh.
Right? Isn't that what he did in? Yeah, I'm almost positive. This guy's fucking... dude, he's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I love him.
And look at how ambiguous he looks. He looks like he could be everybody and nobody. He looks like a little bit like Jesse Eisenberg a little bit there. There he looks like a guy I played high school basketball with.
And the bottom one, he looks like the guy.
And there he looks like a sexy serial killer. They did buff him up, too, when he takes his shirt off. Do Evan Peters shirtless Dahmer.
But Dahmer was not buff. I thought he was kind of scrawny.
No, he was actually kind of a good-sized guy. Because that's why he was able to hold down all these other victims.
Oh.
Look at him up there. Go, yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Go to one of the frames up top from Dahmer. Look at that. Hey. Oh, Rudy. See?
He's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So the guy on the left is a guy that was jogging. That's not him. There you go.
There he is.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hate to say it, but it's young.
Do you hate to say it, though?
Mm.
I'd let him kill me. Stop it. That's awful.
I mean, we're more his type than you because I think he liked Southeast Asians.
That's not true. Black men. Mostly black men.
Oh, but definitely like minorities.
But I guess you're closer to a black man than me.
Yeah, of course.
You kind of look like a black guy.
Well, no, my mom, like Filipinos, right? Like in the mountainous regions before Spanish colonization, we called them before his people destroyed
Don't shake
my
your
land.
fucking head at what your people did, you scumbag.
Before education, before...
Whoa! This guy's a bad person, turns out. Before we enslaved your people and gave you books, is that what you tried to say, you pig?
I was so proud to tell him when we got to the Philippines. I'm like, do you know that this is where Magellan died?
Oh, where he was slaughtered. Yeah. Scumbag. How did they kill him? I hope they killed him slow.
Oh, it was like this. So I'll tell you exactly how they killed Magellan. So it was actually in the water. So the Spanish fleet would come in and they would try to, walk on very shallow water to get to the land. And so these men would hold their breaths underwater. And when the men would try to walk on the water, they would like emerge from the water and just...
So dope. That's so fucking dope. Magellan, you got.
And
by
like,
a little breath-holding Filipino.
Little. Like Lapu-Lapu was like 4'5". He was
I got you, Magellan. He had to jump up, grab him, and then slit his throat, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He's like... trying to get this little tiny Filipino off his back. What does a Filipino little person look like? That's got to be almost non-existent. Like an LP Filipino?
No, we have a lot.
An LPP?
Yeah, it's just...
You down with LPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, just like a regular little person.
No, they got to be shorter. There's no chance they're not smaller. Look at how tiny most of your people are.
Oh!
Oh my God, it's like a collector's item.
It's like a wedding cake topper.
That's so cute. That's like one of my bobblehead guys. That's like what you get at a baseball game. It's little person Filipino collector's night.
You know what? I hate to say this or brag about my country, but we have way cuter little people.
Your little people are very cute. Zoom in on these two lovable items. By the way, and this is back when you're talking about, this is a time period you can tell from how old this is. This is back when people in general weren't that good looking. You know? It's like you go back in time, there's way more hotter people now than there's ever been, and there will be exponentially as time grows. You go back in the books, almost nobody was good looking. Like what year does that say on there?
I think it's because there were...
What?
1914.
Google photos right now of like average family in 1914 and look at how fucking ugly these people are going to be. You just go with Google image, let's see what the average family in 1914. Look at how wretched these people are. Horrific. Look at that little girl down on the right. Look at how ugly that kid is. I'd leave that outside. Not bringing that in.
Wait a second.
This is what the average people look like. Horrific people.
But don't you think it's because of like vitamin deficiencies and...
All right, now you're making fun of whites. I understand. I know what you're doing. No, it's also because we just didn't know how to care for ourselves at all. At all. Look at that. It's just you ate till you died. You ate and drank whatever you could.
But I mean, in some cultures, like, more meat really was the beauty standard.
Right. The fatter you were, the better you were.
Yeah.
Look at all these kids. Look at the mama. By the way, she's 19, that mother. That's what a 19-year-old woman looked like in 1914. Where do farts go when you hold them in? Because I held one in today, and I'm not kidding. My eyes hurt.
Yeah. Well, I used to do that a lot when I was working at Abercrombie folding clothes. I would squat down and...
I don't know why I like the image of you folding T-shirts just like... Like Lila? It's like, just holding it a fart like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm folding a shirt.
Well, I'm not a crop duster. That's just not my vibe.
Really?
No, like I don't like to ruin people's days like that. So I would, and it would bubble up to my kidneys and I would have extreme flank pain and I could barely walk home because I had to walk home after work. And I remember just like always just being in pure suffering when I'd hold them in. So they go somewhere, probably at your eyeballs at some point.
Because it hurt, the back of my eyes hurt. I held one in so deep and it just hurt it just was so uncomfortable. When you block a fart from escaping, some of the gas can pass through your gut and be reabsorbed into your bloodstream. You got fart blood. From there, it can end up being exhaled through your lungs, coming out of your mouth via exhaling. So you can actually burp a fart.
Is that why bad breath happens?
That's exactly what it is. You've been burping a lot of farts in this room sometimes.
I always hold my fart in school. That's why I have
Look.
stomach problems.
Babe, you got to let it out.
Yeah, or else it's gonna come out your mouth.
But then it's gonna be smelly.
I know, but would you rather have a smelly burp mouth or be in such excruciating pain that you're probably hurting your insides?
Smelly mouth.
Okay. See what I mean? I can't believe you can fart out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, I'm farting right now.
Oh, that was such a polite one.
That's most of my
It
farts.
almost is like so more unattractive than a. Yeah, it was too cute.
Well, I held it in. I just squeezed. I squeaked. My farts make the onomatopoeia of like a town in the Philippines. Buyotut. Buyotut. Doesn't that sound like a town from where you're from?
Yeah.
Buyotut. My farts always have a name of a town from the Philippines. Buyonutut.